Oh, hi, how's it going? My name's Tom, and today we'll be doing science with booze. Now, I bet you're wondering to yourself, what the fuck? Well, so am I. As a Scotch and Irish whiskey connoisseur, I have a lot of friends who like to gift me bottles that are very subpar in the whiskey category. But those of you who know me best know that I'm a problem solver. So we're gonna see if we can take a relatively shitty bottle of booze and make it palatable. Now before we get too into it, I bet you're wondering to yourself, what's science? Well, I'll show you. As you can see, we have science tubes filled with various science liquids. An example of science would be to take one science tube and maybe add it to another. So example, they'll just, I don't know, two random tubes. See what, oh, shit. I'm gonna fucking take my degree away. After you clean up after Science 1, you can move on to Science 2. So the quick breakdown of what we're doing today is we're gonna answer the question, does low-cost booze plus Brita water filter equal high-cost booze? The booze that we'll be using today will be a Johnnie Walker Red Label for $24, plus a $4.50 Brita water filter, and we're going to increase it to $1 billion, which the kids would call infinite money glitch. So we're hoping that we can take this and spend a little time and a little effort and turn it into something more like this, right? Booze. So now we'll go over the tools that we'll be using for science today. First of all, you can't conduct science without the proper attire. You need to look official, otherwise somebody will think you're just stupid. So our first tool we'll be using today, not so much a tool as a friend, is our friend Gary. He's a heptapod. He only has 7 legs. He's a real go-getter with a love for science. Besides bringing your friends to science, there's other things you need as well. So we have our liquor of choice today, Johnnie Walker Red, real trash booze. I have a Brita water pitcher that I use regularly for filtering water, fresh filter. I didn't want to get a ton of samples, but I did want to try to track the progress as it goes through filtering stages. I'll take a control sample, filter it 3 times, and then take a sample 6, 9, 12. Hopefully with this interval, we can get some measure of diminishing returns as we continue to filter the liquor. I also have some various funnels. So I think I'm pretty much ready to go with science. First I'll take my control and then I'll begin the filtering process. I'm going to time lapse that for you though, so you don't have to sit here and watch me dick around with a water filter and everything for however long this is going to take. You'll get to see the result. Let's go! Okay, I think we're all set up. I really haven't had much to eat all day, but I'm only going to take little sips, so I'll just have to make sure I eat after this. So we've got them in line here. Got the control, 3, 6, 9. I put the 12 just back in the bottle. And then, of course, I have a bottle of the Gold Label Reserve. I bought this a long time ago, I just never cracked it, but I figure this is a good chance to compare this to this, especially if it actually starts to feel like it's, or if it starts to I start to see a good taste progression through the first couple, then maybe we're gonna end up with something good. I don't know. I also have some palate cleansers, just some oyster crackers and some water. Oh no, I've got all my science chemicals here. My heptapod Gary, shout out. What? Let's get to science. So first we'll pull some control. So control 3. Trying to adjust a little, make sure I got enough room. 6, 9, 12. Last and most likely the best, Johnnie Walker Gold Label Reserve. Boom! Now, off the bat, just kind of comparing the control from even the 9, there's absolutely no difference in color. Hopefully it just kind of changes the taste and mellows it out. So we'll check out the control and see if it's as bad as I remember. Ugh. That's not good. Just super harsh at the back end. Take another sip. So I've never done anything like this, so I just want to take in as much as I can to try to make sure I'm comparing it best I can. Because this is really just super objective, right? You're basically trusting my opinion. And sometimes I don't even trust my opinion. I'm like only right like maybe 30% of the time. Thanks for sticking around. Ugh. So yeah, it's just really harsh, like the aftertaste. All right, let's try to go to 3. 3 filters through the Brita water filter. It's interesting. It is different. Tastes a little different as well. Definitely seemed like it helped with that harshness at the end, but it almost tastes like maybe it's like a peppery taste. Like the first one had like a little bit of a pepper bite to it, but now it's almost gone. Hold on, I gotta go back to the first. Yeah, this definitely has still, the control still has an odd aftertaste. Honestly, I think this really cleaned it up, but the flavor changed. Let's try 6. That's weird. I think it's taking the flavors out of it. All the other stuff you get when you drink it. Not just like mellowing out booze, but like almost there's less to it. It still has like that slap of alcohol in the back of the throat, but it's not nearly as bad as the control. Hey Gary, want some crackers? Gary wants a cracker. No dude, I don't hear 1 heart, let alone 2. Maybe I should take a sip of that 9 now. Here we go, Gary. Get out of the way here. There we go. Let me see if I can smell a difference. Oh yeah. Alright, let's give the 9 a drink. Interesting. To me, there wasn't much difference between those two. I'm gonna say they're pretty similar. I'm gonna dive into the 12. Compare it to the control. Yeah, the smells are totally different. This actually has like an actual Johnnie Walker smell to it. That's the control. This has like a smell of almost nothing. All right, I'll take a sip. I'm gonna eat a cracker and then try the control again. Back to control. A lot of the harshness is gone, but also a lot of the flavor. So let me look at the Gold Reserve. I'll try to compare this to the control and the 12. See, that still has that Johnnie Walker smell to it. Yeah. So control, gold, 12. These both smell like Johnnie Walker. This has like no smell. Oh, that's good. It's just so smooth on that front end. I mean, you still get a little bit of the bite, but it's not nearly as bad as this. Oh. Going back to the 12 and the gold here, trying to compare those two. This is 12. Gold Reserve. There's like no flavors here. All the flavors that Johnnie Walker has are so muted with this. This is smooth, but still has a lot of flavor to it. I will say though that this may have taken a lot of the flavor out, but it really did mellow that alcohol harshness as well. I'm just gonna pull the gold off the table, because I just want to go between the control and the 12 and decide if I think if it's worth doing, really. Let's just eliminate some variables here. Just get you off of here. 6, the 9. Get those to the edge of the table. Was this worth doing? Yes, I would like some more, thank you. Johnnie Walker. No Johnnie Walker smell. Spicy, peppery, kind of gets you at the back of the throat. Almost nothing. Nothing. Like no spicy, peppery, nothing. It's weird. It's so weird. It really made two different products, in my opinion. Not necessarily in a way that is great, because even the Johnnie Walker Gold still had flavor is the best way to put it, right? So it seems like the Brita filter really kind of muted everything. And that kind of makes sense for what it is. It's a water filter, so it's going to try to make your water taste like water. Universally, we decided water is nothing, right? That's like the nothing flavor. But I will say it did mellow a lot of that alcohol flavor out, which is interesting. If I would have done this with vodka, it probably would have just been progressively better, because vodka is also such a neutral spirit, there's no flavor to it. In terms of the number of filtrations, it seemed to kind of diminish return between 6 and 9. I want to say the 9 and the 12 are basically the same. So somewhere between 6 to 9, maybe you split the difference. Maybe like around 8 filtrations, you're probably in the same ballpark as the 12. Yeah, so overall, I mean, it's still pretty interesting, right? It totally basically wiped out a lot of the stuff that made it hard to drink, but it also killed the flavor. But, if it's something you want to try, I mean, go for it. Once again, it depends on what you want to do, right? If you're somebody does waste things and it tastes so bad, maybe you just bite the bullet, throw $4.50 in, buy a filter. It makes it palatable. You don't waste it. You still get drunk. Well, thanks for watching. Here's the science. Whew. Oh. That's all right. Yeah, that actually made it really good. This is good.